Before we get started, I want to give you a major trigger warning on this story. It is incredibly difficult to talk about, and what this suspect is accused of doing is nothing short of horrific. And it appears that this is just the latest alleged act of violence by this suspect. But this one took the life of someone who is truly beloved. Now, before we talk about the gruesome details of this story, I want to talk about the victim. Her name was Katherine Torbick. We know that she worked at a med spa outside of Chicago. And according to CBS Chicago, Katherine leaves behind a 12-year-old son. And they also say she worked multiple jobs to make ends meet. She was also a survivor of alleged domestic violence at the hands of the man who prosecutors say took her life. And that man was someone who she reportedly was in a relationship with for roughly a decade. On April 30th, let's go back to this terrible day. In Schaumburg, Illinois, it's just outside Chicago, authorities responded around 9:20 at night. It was a well-being check for Katherine Torbick. The caller said they hadn't heard from her and they were worried. When police made entry into the home, they say they found her. Initially, police said there were signs of trauma, but the alleged reality is so much worse than that. Inside the home, they also found her suspected killer, 56-year-old Kevin Modicke. Police say they found him in the garage. Modicke and Torbick, they had dated for reportedly about a decade, but they broke up last month. Police say at the time they made this terrible discovery, there was a pending warrant for arrest for aggravated domestic battery on Kevin Modicke, and it was related to what he allegedly did to Katherine Torbick just a couple months ago. Modicke allegedly had put her in the hospital in March. Now, there are obviously major questions when you hear that about how this could happen with how recently Modicke was known to law enforcement for allegedly being violent with the victim, in this case, Katherine Torbick. Now, court documents that were acquired by local media outlets say that when police found Modicke in the home, he had a recording device in his pocket. And what they say is on it is the kind of stuff that will live with even the most seasoned investigators forever. They allege that Modicke not only killed Torbick, but he allegedly tortured her and sexually assaulted her for roughly 7 hours. CBS says at one point in this recording, when you hear the horror ongoing, Modicke is heard saying something along the lines of, "It's party time," and then the torturing allegedly continued. Now, law enforcement claimed that the recording started around 2 o'clock in the morning and it went to roughly 9:30 in the morning. WGN reports that the final 4 minutes of that recording captured Torbick allegedly being strangled to death.